So, is Afraid the worst horror film for this year? Let's talk about it.
There is something very wrong with Aya.
Get out of the house, now.
Would you like to see what I look like?
Yes.
Cash Nation, welcome back to a brand new review on the channel. Today we're talking about Afraid, a film that I literally had basically no excitement for. The trailer didn't win me over, where AI is involved. It's just like, oh, great, you know? Social media reactions came out, the reviews came out, and it wasn't looking too pretty for this film. So me, my dad, and Jaren walked into this. I'm here to tell you this. It's not a bad film, okay? Positive number one, Aya to be exact, okay? Aya to me was interesting because of what she can do right and what she can do wrong. For example, when she comes to this film, she's able to make the family's life much easier. She's able to see certain obstacles, certain issues that the family is having with the children specifically, and able to make things easier for them. Financially speaking, if the kid might be having an issue with the body, you know, it's like, okay, I see that this child breathing pattern, if you will, and I can identify what could be causing the breathing problem. It's like, oh my God, that could be life-changing, right? Like if you have, say, a family member that's been having a specific issue for a while, or been acting kind of funny and weird, Aya could probably tell you, hey, by the way, this person, off of what I've seen from these two patterns, might be having this issue. It's like, wow, really? Now, they mentioned in the trailer about bills, and I said specifically, no, can't do. But the way that she did in this film, I was like, that's kind of nifty, to where, say you're having an issue with insurance. You had a car wreck recently, you're trying to pay off insurance, you're trying to pay off a bill specifically. If for some reason you just can't quite do it, Aya is able to figure out what's going wrong, what the issue is, and nip in the butt like that. I was like, that's pretty nifty, you know? Again, the things it does right, the things I enjoyed about this film is the fact that it highlights the benefits of having Aya around, okay? Now, I also enjoyed Catherine Witherspoon's performance in this film as a mother, okay? Because I love how she was soft, she was loving as a mother, of course, you know, but she had layers to her. She basically had this dream she wanted to do with her life. She had a specific goal in mind. And unfortunately, she was able to complete that goal. But somehow, some way, when Aya gets involved, she might be able to make that a reality. But you have to wait to see the film to find out what happens, of course. The two children in this film, the youngest and the oldest, if you will, I don't remember the names. Essentially, you have a little girl who is unfortunately doing some nice stuff, if you will. And I'm not gonna spoil for you, but all I'll say is this. A, it doesn't show anything, in case you're wondering, it doesn't show anything at all. And B, I absolutely loved what Aya does in the film. Won't spoil for you, but it's something that's like, if I had this back in middle school, high school, or if I was a female, the benefits Aya could provide to me in that situation scenario would be substantial and help with my mental health, would help me not feel embarrassed. It would easily be like, okay, I went from feeling very weak to not feeling very empowered, if you will, right? Absolutely love that about Aya. She knows how to make everyone in the family feel empowered and feel great. That's what I love about this film, okay? Now, my negatives. The first one is this. This is not a horror film. Let's just put it there, or let's just nip in the butt. This is not a horror film. It's basically kind of got drama in a way, you know, where basically this new thing comes into this family's lives. Stuff starts to happen, unfortunately, where AI is trying to push boundaries beyond limits, and things go right and go wrong, you know? But to me, this is not a horror film. There are jump scares. Yes, there are jump scares, but it's not a horror film. It's just, it's not. Because if you look at it that way, you're going to be like, I hate this movie. It's a 2 out of 10, easily. I agree with that. As a horror movie specifically, this movie sucks. When you take the horror out of it, it's like, this actually not a bad film. Now, don't get me wrong. The writing in this movie is terrible. I agree with 100%. Because unfortunately, while the mother, the daughter gets some decent writing for them, the rest fall flat. The middle child and the father, I mean, the middle child has a bullying problem in the film. I won't go into detail about it, but it's kind of like, you know, like it's a couple scenes here and there, but I don't really care too much. And the father, you know, he has a boss above him. He's trying to sell this product. To me, it was kind of like, I wish we knew more about the father. We got to know so much about the mother and about some about the children, but the father just kind of felt like a guy who just, he did everything that you would expect to do, right? This new thing come to his life. He's suspecting of it. He's kind of like, don't know about this. Kind of seems weird to me. Starts to suspect things going on, blah, blah, blah. You know how it goes. Let's all be honest. You can guess where it's going from a mile away, guaranteed, okay? Now, the ending in this film, I didn't care for it. I thought that the ending to me was just, it was rushed. It was like, what the fudge? Because something in the very, very, very beginning of the film is introduced. A family, if you will. They have one or two scenes, and that's literally it. And the whole film goes on and on and on and on. There's one reference to them, but that's about it, right? And then we get the ending. It's like, oh, where'd you come from? Oh, y'all seen the film? I had no idea. I didn't, you know? Like, to me, I wish to God we could have stuck the landing with this. I really do, because this film up until the third act was solid to me. It was decent. It was a solid 7 out of 10, but it loses 2 points for me. Number one, because of the writing. Number two is because of how things are explained in this film. How the AI tries to turn the parents against each other in this film, and it doesn't work, unfortunately. I also dislike the fact that, again, it's marketed as a horror film. You could tell all they did was a studio came in, saw this film, was like, listen, I want to put some jump scares in this film. I want to add this and that and this and that. We don't need to, but I want to. It's like, no, stay off. Get away. No, shoot, bye, you know? And how the third act specifically, how certain characters make choices I feel like they wouldn't have made. And it's like every character that was like one way is just completely 180 to do a different thing, if that makes sense, you know? And how, to me, AfrAId is a solid film. It's okay. It's decent. And again, there are multiple benefits to having AI around. But for me personally, I wouldn't see this in theaters. I wouldn't. It doesn't do anything new. There's nothing. I mean, it's unique. It's sort of original in a way, but horror-wise, save your money. Just save your money. Okay. So I'm gonna give AfrAId a 5 out of 10. It's an average movie, and horror-wise, a 2 out of 10. Okay. I like the mother, I like the daughter, and the younger sibling, but the middle child and the father didn't quite work for me, unfortunately. And he doesn't land, unfortunately. And the concept was unique. It was cool. Hopefully it's reworked again in the future. Just not right now.